I really hate to be saying this right now, but I think ShaCarri Richardson is the textbook definition of a waste of talent. And you know what? I think she's going to live to regret this if she doesn't up her game like right now. Where ShaCarri Richardson is concerned, she's not short of talent. As a matter of fact, I think ShaCarri Richardson is one of the most talented female sprinters that we have. But unfortunately, she's not harnessing that potential that she has right now. ShaCarri is one of the few sprinters who would have beaten Elaine Thompson-Herah, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, Shericka Jackson when they were actually in good form. If you check the stats, ShaCarri Richardson has beaten Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce more times than Shelly-Ann would have beaten her. With Elaine Thompson-Herah, it's 3 for 3. ShaCarri has beaten Shericka Jackson more times than Shericka would have beaten her. At this stage of the game, I truly believe that ShaCarri Richardson should have had more titles to her name based on the caliber of athlete that she is. She's just naturally fast, and when she runs, she does it so effortlessly. But for the life of me, I don't know what is happening. ShaCarri Richardson is just not focused enough. These days, she's just making the news, and not for the right reasons. When is it that someone is going to sit this young lady down and tell her that she is so talented and that time is not forgiving where track and field is concerned? You have to use the opportunity like right now. Look at Melissa Jefferson, who it's obvious she's a more focused athlete than ShaCarri Richardson. And you would have seen how much Melissa Jefferson would have progressed over the past couple of seasons. And now Melissa Jefferson is actually at a place where it's going to be extremely hard to be beaten. But I think ShaCarri Richardson has that potential to reach that same level that Melissa is at right now, and even further. A focused and a stable ShaCarri Richardson is always going to be a threat on the track. Yes, we know that she has some issues when it comes down to pressure on the track, but I think a healthy and focused ShaCarri Richardson has the potential to be doing just as good as a Julian Alfred, just as good as a Melissa Jefferson, just as good as the Jamaicans who were doing extremely well a couple seasons ago. As I've said before, I don't personally know what is happening behind the scenes with ShaCarri Richardson. I don't know what is happening with her relationships, but I am wondering who is it that is there to advise this young lady? Who is there to really guide her in the right direction? It seems to me that she's getting caught up in things off the track that is definitely having some serious bearing on her when it comes down to performance. You know what's a harsh reality in track and field, and not just in track and field but in sports in general? Sometimes you have some athletes who we would consider to be a one-hit wonder, meaning that they just feature for a season, do well, and that's it. And I'm hoping that's not the case with ShaCarri Richardson, because sometimes after an athlete does extremely well and gotten a certain level of recognition and fame and the money that comes along with that, sometimes that gets in the way of the athlete and they just don't train, they just don't focus anymore, and that's just how their career ends. The good thing is that ShaCarri still has time to bounce back, but we also have to take into consideration that there are young up-and-coming sprinters out there who are hungry for recognition, and they're going to fight their heart out to ensure that they have a place in the track and field world. So this is what ShaCarri or any other athlete will have to go up against. New names are coming up, and they are coming up quite rapidly. Jamaica right now has so many youngsters who are beaming with potential and are looking likely to be serious contenders on the track. Of course, the US and other countries all have some up-and-coming athletes who are fighting for a place on the big stage. So if she doesn't wake up now and smell the coffee, I'm telling you that all this talent and all this potential is going to go down the drain, and all we will be thinking about is what if. What if she had taken it seriously? Hopefully, this year 2026, we can see a more focused ShaCarri Richardson. We can see one that is ready to take on this game seriously and live up to the potential that we know ShaCarri Richardson has.